Greetings, witches. Runa here. I've come to bring you a 3-night love attraction spell. If you're looking to bring in new love into your life, to open the gateways to bring someone amazing to you, you're in the right place. The spell is not going to enchant a specific person to be yours, but it will bring the right kind of person to you. But before we get started, a thank you to my partner in this video for allowing me to use their candles. And the 2 packs I'm using today are the 104 pack of unscented chime candles, 8 colors, 13 of each, all very beautiful. They're 5 inches long. And a pack of 30 rose-scented pink tea light candles. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, those colors are very vibrant, and we'll be getting a closer look in just a moment. We have a beautiful red, a gold, orange, green, blue, lavender, pink, and black. And as always, these black candles are spectacular. And I love this blood red color, so deep. I just adore how beautifully red it is. They can stand up so well on their own too, which really makes it easy for setting it up on candle plates. And now we have our tea lights. They are beautiful, beautiful when lit. The scent throw is gorgeous. My whole room smells amazing when I light them. The wick is cotton and just so easy to light. We got about a 1/2 inch thick of a candle. You'll get several hours of burns through this. Thank you so much to Exquizite Inspired for all of these beautiful candles. I appreciate them working with me so much. For ingredients, you will need a pink sachet bag, basil, rose, a mortar and pestle, sea salt, a carrier oil of some kind, 5 tea lights, more on that later, a pink chime candle, a fire-safe dish, a magic spoon, a carving tool, and your intention. Now, I brought you a little tip about tea light candles. Sometimes they can be a little bit fussy. So what I like to do before I use tea light candles, if I'm able, is to loosen up that little wick tab on the bottom. If I can take it out of its holder and just pop the whole wick out. And you'll be able to see if the wick tab is tightly cinched to the wick itself. If it's not, you run the risk of the wick loosening and toppling over, and you won't get a great burn out of the candle. Doesn't happen all the time, but I like to be sure. So as you can see, I've popped it out, and I've got just a little pair of pliers from a Swiss Army knife here, and I'm just going to cinch that shut just to pinch it closed and make it a little bit more sturdy. Because when that melts, if it's not sturdy, it's going to pop right out. Especially if you need to stand the wick back up, there's nothing worse than the wick itself coming out. Now that it's sturdy, you can pop it right back into the wax and back into your tea light base. And there you have it. Good luck. Let's get into the spell. We have our sea salt. I've chosen coarse sea salt because it has a nice big crystal that will fit well in my sachet bag at the end. We've got a fire-safe dish, and we will take the time to enchant our sea salt. We are putting the essence of purity into this sea salt, and we are also constructing ourselves a portal. We'll see that in a moment. Now with my sacred spoon, I am creating a pentacle or a pentagram, whichever one you like, with the sea salt. We will be working with the elements and creating ourselves a focal point, any portal in which our new love is going to enter our world. This will also seek to purifying any kind of intrusive energies that might hang around. Love is fussy, you know. You can fix up your pentacle, pentagram if you want. I chose to, but you don't have to. Isn't that pretty? So now we are onto the tea light candles. As you can see, I have 5 rose tea lights and 5 white ones. For this video, I'm going to be using Exquisite Inspired's rose tea lights, but you can use white tea lights, just the ones you get from Walmart or the dollar store. Super great for all purpose. Use what you got. Now I'm going to be enchanting each of these to put at the different points of the pentacle. I'm starting with air, focusing in on the mental connection between me and my sought partner. I want to be compatible and our communication to be strong. Next, I'm going for fire. I want passion in this romance. I want to feel the fire between us, the chemistry. And next, we have water. This is for emotions. I want us to be able to connect on an emotional level. We will be emotionally compatible and therefore be able to understand each other a lot more with flow. Next, we have earth, because I want this to be a stable relationship with strong foundations and all the things that we would need to be able to grow as a couple together, and you can't do that without a strong foundation. Last but certainly not least is the spirit candle. I'm putting all of my intention and desire and power into this candle. This is my will and it is done. And I want this to be blessed by the spirits. So now we're going to light these candles up. And we're going to be starting with the first candle that we enchanted, which is air, and working our way around in the same direction. As we light each candle, we're going to be welcoming in the element associated with it. Making sure to take our time to really focus and bring forth that energy in between candle lighting. As you can see, my lighter is being a little fussy. There we go. And there we go. And me doing my little happy dance because I'm not left-handed, and that still worked. And now we have our first candles lit, our portal is open, the elements are with us. Let's continue. Now we're making our powder blend. I'm starting with rose petals, dry preferably. These are rose petals from my own garden that I've harvested. And I'm enchanting these for love attraction, for bringing that love to me and putting all of what I want in this partner into these rose petals. All the sweetness, the warmth, the coziness, and I'll pop it into the mortar once I'm done. And next, the basil. It's a very simple blend. Basil is a great road opening herb, and that's what I'm using it for today, to open the tides, to bring forth my love, because I deserve it, and so do you. And into the mortar it goes. So now we have our blend. Now, if you're not using a mortar and pestle, you can use a sacred spoon and stir this in the same types of directions, but I enjoy crushing my powders into a fine powder and really getting my intention into that. So I'm going in a clockwise motion and I'm working toward myself. As always, some people use counterclockwise as their opening circle motion. You use whatever motion that you feel best that will bring things to you. For me, that is clockwise, and moving toward myself. And if you can see that table shaking, that is why I moved the candles. Definitely don't want anything toppling over. That table is not exactly the sturdiest. And there we go. Nice and finely pounded. And now we dress our candle. So we're going to be moving in the same direction as we carve our pink chime candle. I am just using any little sharp tool that would work. In my case, it's a glasses screwdriver, don't judge. I am working with symbols like hearts, pentacles. If you're working with a spirit, you can use their sigil. Anything that would represent love to you. And now I'm using my trusty blessed grapeseed oil, and I am just saturating the candle in this oil. It will act as a glue for our powder and act as another layer in between. You can use essential oils for this or other infused oils if you have them, but a carrier oil is fine. Now you have the option of popping a little bit of your powder into your palm like I'm doing, or you can do it on a separate surface when you're going to roll your candle. Now I will roll this toward myself because I'm bringing the love to me. And you just want to cover the candle until you feel it is right. And there we have it. Make sure you save some of the powder. The powder's good. So now we brought our portal back. And we've got our newly dressed chime candle. And we're going to light our chime candle by passing the wick through each of the flames in the same opening direction. Starting with air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. If it drips in the candles, that's totally fine. And now I'm just melting the bottom, and I'm going to stick it right in the center. And now I'm going to pump more intention into this whole spell, solidifying all of my desires for this new love. Now you're going to burn this over a course of 3 nights. You're going to burn a third of the chime candle tonight, and then you're going to snuff in the reverse order that you lit everything. So you will snuff the chime candle, spirit, earth, water, fire, and air. And you will relight in the same direction that you first lit everything when you come back. And I'll show you what this looks like. Look at that wax dripping. So pretty. And there we go. And I emphasize you want to snuff, not blow out. So we got the chime first. Spirit. Earth. Water. Fire. And air. And as you're snuffing, you are thanking and dismissing the elements to close your ritual for the night. And you'll do that 2 more nights. And once you're all done, we can move on to the next step, which is our mojo bag. Everything is burned down. On the last night, you will let everything go, no matter how long it takes. Now take a time to look into your wax and see if you can derive any messages of how this spell has gone or any hints about the love you're attracting. There's a lot you can derive from spell remains. Now we'll take out the tea lights there, or the remnants thereof. I've just got a Swiss Army knife here. I'm going to use the blade just to help me carve out all that wax, but you can use any kind of knife or sharpness or sharp thing that you have. You don't need the wick tab, and you will not need the base. You just want the wax. But you could save those. You could reuse them. So I'm just being thorough here to get everything out of each tea light. It's cool when you can get everything out in one piece. And make sure to scrape the bottoms of the tea lights too, since wax can stick salt to them. Now they're all clean, and you can just leave them aside. And here we have all of our remains. Now here I'm loosening up the wax from the plate and making sure there's nothing stuck. Did a pretty good burn there, lots of loose salt. And here we have our Mojo bag. You can use white for this if you don't have pink. Now I'm just going to be breaking up some of that wax just so it can fit. And I'm going to be piling all of those remains, all of the salt, as much as I can fit into that Mojo bag. I've opted for a black ribbon for tying it because black is a powerful color for me. But again, you can use white or any other colors that resonate with you. You can use red if you want to end some passion. So now we have stuffed our Mojo bag nice and full, and I'm going to tie it shut with my intention in mind. And if your strings allow, I like to tie 3 times, as you can see me doing here. There you go. And there we have it. A Mojo bag that you will carry around with you out into the world to help attract that love to you. I didn't even realize it. The tops made a little heart at the end. And you will pump more energy into that for one more go, and then you will continue to feed this, whether that is feeding with oil, enchanting, or simple acknowledgement. However you feed your Mojo bags is up to you. Good luck. Bye, witches.